AskReddit. What food do you swear people only pretend to like? Kastur hakarl, an Icelandic dish made by taking a piece of shark meat and burying it underground to ferment it for up to 12 weeks. It has a smell of ammonia, reed, urine, and the consistency of cream cheese. I highly doubt that anyone likes this, but it has to be done because fresh shark meat is poisonous and fermenting it is the only way of getting rid of the toxins. The food I cook for them. That feeling of pure anxiety and the little voice telling you that they're lying. Chitterlings. My mom-in-law made some at my house, and it smelled like a grown man cheated all over my home and walls. Chitterlings. At first I was like, WTF is a chitterlings? But then I read the rest of your comment to understand you mean chitlins. My hometown has a chitlin cook-off every summer. Whole town smells like shit for a week. Never tried them. Not sure how anyone gets past the smell. Live octopus. Does eating a creature that's actively trying to crawl out of your mouth as you eat it really taste so good that it's worth the trouble and choking hazard? Yeah, this would not be for me. I'm not even that excited about octopus that's already dead. I might be willing to murder my own chocolate cake in an emergency, but octopus? Shark fin soup. I mean, I get that it is seen as a mark of status, but it tastes of nothing and is just generally a bad dish. I thought it was delicious as a kid. Family is Chinese. Obviously, I had absolutely no idea of the cruelty of it and thought it was just like any meat as any child would. The shark fin itself doesn't add much, but the actual soup is really nice if done well. Do not condone eating it though. Surströmming, that is fermented herring. Edit. Wow, didn't expect this comment to get this much attention. FWIW. I live in Sweden and I've both smelled and tasted it. The smell is indeed very bad. And yes, you should open the can underwater so it doesn't squirt everywhere. I'm originally from the US and didn't expect it to be a taste I was used to. And sometimes it's okay with senap, mustard, dill, but I'm sorry to say it's really just not my jam. And this comes from someone who loves blue crabs, scallops, oysters and most anything that's considered seafood. I have a theory that just about every culture has one food that is absolutely terrible but was born out of poverty and necessity and became a staple and is still made even though there are better options available because it's this. Because if it were good, other cultures would absorb it. By being bad, it stays true to its cultural roots. The youngest generation hates it and doesn't understand why people ever ate this. The middle generation still doesn't like it, but eats it out of respect for tradition. The oldest generation loves it and relishes lecturing the youngest generation about why this food was made and why it's a tradition. Natto, a Japanese dish of fermented soybeans with a taste, texture, and smell that makes you wish human senses did not exist. The vast majority of the posts are just personal preference like avocados, mushrooms, and onions, but I just can't imagine how anyone can actually enjoy ballot, a developing duck fetus, in the egg. My boyfriend and I were drinking in a bar in the Philippines and saw a ballot vendor walking around on the street. A big bouncer guy came up and bought an egg from him and ate it standing there. Then another. Then another. We counted. He ate 14 ballot eggs. Made me lose my appetite. Is it weird that I like almost all the food in this thread, excluding common celery, especially celery? I grew up in India, and my grandfather owned a farm in the village the farm was in, so we got a steady supply of delicious milk straight from the cow. So when I grew up and stayed in London for a year, I was absolutely disgusted at the sight and taste of 2% milk. Ducking disgusting paint water. 2% isn't even that bad compared to whole. Now skim milk, that's some watery sheet. Fondant on those pretty cakes. You see people on those cake TV shows chowing down on the disgusting Play-Doh with smiles on their faces /fondant that. Now this I can get behind. Fondant might be technically edible, but that doesn't mean I want it in me. It's pure sugar. Like I've always thought that, if you're going to indulge, why spend the calories on a literal sheet of sugar? If you took the fondant off the cake you could probably have way more cake or something else more appetizing. Candy corn. I like it, and I think even I'm faking it. Ballot. I don't understand how cracking open an eggshell to eat a half-formed duck embryo is appealing to anyone. Semen. No way that shit would taste yummy. Depends on their diet. The pineapple thing is true. If you don't like pineapple, one day my boyfriend bought an entire case of tangerine cuties that were on sale because they were going to start going bad in a few days. I don't particularly like them, and I made fun of him saying, how are you going to eat a whole case in 5 to 6 days? He was eating about 5 to 7 a day. By day 3 it was like his dick was dispensing fruit punch. I couldn't get off of it. So, tangerines work too, if you don't like pineapple. Pig brains. Yes, people eat it. Yes, I eat it. It is good in my opinion. Could you describe the taste/texture? I'd assume it was rubbery and a little bland. It seems more like scrambled eggs, soft to me, and like grey color. I don't understand how people actually enjoy slimy okra. I've given it many chances and maybe there's yummy okra out there, but I've yet to discover it. It's delicious pickled. Caviar. How do raw ASS fish eggs taste so remarkable? It tastes like a kiss from a lusty mermaid. Goddamn, I won't last November like this.